What's going on, YouTube? So today I got a brand new movie review for you. Today the movie I'm going to be reviewing is Ingrid Goes West. So Ingrid Goes West. Ingrid Goes West is directed by Matt Spicer. It stars Aubrey Plaza as Ingrid Thorburn. Also stars Elizabeth Olsen as Taylor Sloan. O'Shea Jackson Jr. as Dan Pinto. Wyatt Russell as Ezra O'Keefe. Billy Magnuson as Nikki Sloan. So Ingrid Goes West is about a girl named Ingrid who really sort of doesn't fit in. She's sort of an outcast. She has no friends. And the reason for that is she has a tendency to act crazy, but ultimately she's a good person at heart. But basically, she starts stalking famous Instagram girls and tries to become their friends in real life. And her mom passes away and leaves her 60 grand. So she moves to Venice Beach to integrate herself into Taylor Sloan's life, which is her new Instagram obsession. Because her life looks perfect on social media, but ultimately, things aren't what they seem. So the pros of this movie. The pros of this movie are the acting is very good. Throughout the movie, everybody did a fantastic job. I felt that everybody did what their character required for them. And overall, I feel that nobody did a bad job. If you look at everybody in the movie, the main people of the movie did a really good job. Some of the people that were minor characters were a little bit iffy, but because they weren't main characters and they didn't really serve that much purpose to the plot, you can overlook that factor. Another pro to this movie I really like, and I can't stress this enough, is the relatable characters and situations in this movie. For starters, okay, Ingrid is an outcast, and so what she does a lot is she stalks people on Instagram, and I can't tell you how many people I've heard of it. My friends, everybody at some point in their life stalks somebody on some platform of social media. Ingrid happens to be Instagram, and she goes to all these different people's, all these famous girls on Instagram, goes to their account, stalks them, what they like, and their posts and everything. She comments on everything, likes everything, and then tries to become their friends in real life, and ultimately that backfires on her. And that's one of the things I love about this movie, is that it's so grounded in reality, and sometimes it's hard to watch because it's so much grounded in reality that you see, you know, so much realness to it. And it's just everybody around you, you know, that you know, and you're probably yourself, have at least at some point done the things that Ingrid has done. Maybe not to the fullest extent, but some of the things you can relate to. Another pro to this movie I really want to get into is the laughs. Throughout the movie, I got some laughs. It's mainly from O'Shea Jackson Jr. I mean, pretty much all his lines were pretty funny to me. I found that everything he said was really funny, and some of them also maybe just the way that he delivered it too. Like, the way he delivered his lines were kind of funny. And I really enjoyed that. Also, Aubrey Plaza, too. She was pretty funny at times. And I really liked some of the comedy that she brought to it. Her and O'Shea Jackson Jr. in this movie have great chemistry. Literally, in the movie. They have some chemistry. But overall, as far as the acting chemistry goes, they did have some pretty good chemistry that I really enjoyed in this film. One of the cons, and this is hard, too, because going into this movie, I really wasn't trying to look for cons. Like, I never look for cons in a movie. I just don't. I don't go, okay, what's going to be bad? But throughout this movie, as I was watching it, I really enjoyed it so much. But throughout it, I'm not saying that it's a perfect movie, because it probably isn't. But to me, going through, I couldn't find very many cons. And that made it kind of harder to choose the cons for me in this movie. The one con that I kept coming back to, though, was the choppiness of the editing. The editing was kind of choppy at times. Not a lot, but at times it was kind of choppy. And it would kind of jump from one thing straight to the next really fast. And you'd be like, wait, what happened to the other thing, you know? So it kind of did that a couple times for me. And that kind of threw me off sometimes. But overall, it wasn't something that was going to ruin the movie for me. So overall, I can overlook that. So for my final verdict, I'm going to give Ingrid Goes West an A-. So my overall thoughts for Ingrid Goes West was that I could relate to some of the characters more than I thought I would be able to. I really enjoyed the movie, And it had some good laughs from Aubrey Plaza and O'Shea Jackson Jr. And Aubrey Plaza did a great job at making you feel for Ingrid. Like, normally I was expecting going into this, I was not expecting to actually feel for Ingrid. But as the movie progresses, you just feel more and more sad for her, and you're just like, holy shit, like, sometimes you may be crazy, but really, you're a good person at heart. And that was one of the hardest things to watch about this movie, was watching this human being just spiral down until finally, you know, it gets to the end. I don't want to spoil everything, but it was just a tough thing to watch for her, and she did a great job. So kudos to you, Aubrey Plaza. O'Shea Jackson Jr. was hilarious in this movie. Every scene he's in, he steals the scene for me. I loved him in Straight Outta Compton, so going into this, I really wanted to see what he was going to do with this role. And based on the trailers and stuff I'd seen of this, he really didn't have much, so I was kind of like, well, how do you get somebody like O'Shea Jackson Jr. and not have him have a pivotal role in the movie? And then when I saw the movie, he actually does have a pivotal role in the movie, and his scenes are great, and he reminds me so much of his dad. I really love Ice Cube, and I love O'Shea Jackson Jr. I think they're both great actors in their own way, but I really just liked him in this movie. Everything he delivers is pretty much funny for the most part. Especially, I love his obsession with Batman. I mean, even Batman, he has obsession with Joel Schumacher's Batman and other Batman in the movie, and everything he does relating to Batman is just funny. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie. I can't wait to see more from O'Shea Jackson Jr. I know he's supposed to be starring in the next Godzilla movie, so I really want to see what he's going to do with that. And I actually, in this movie, despised Elizabeth Olsen. That for a weird turn of events. Normally, everything I've seen her in, I actually like her character. But in this, I thought she was a major asshole. And I actually enjoyed getting to see the opposite for once. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ingrid Goes West. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you all so much. I love you.